It was a really good game against two good teams. A very physical game. I thought, our inability to keep them off the foul line the first half. I thought we could have had some separation had we not fouled. Now, having said that, they're hard to guard without fouling. They're so physical in what they do, and we knew offensive rebounds were going to be a big part of the game, and we were able to hang in there the first half, but not the second half. They really flipped the script on us the second half from an offensive rebounding standpoint.
Questions for either person?
Please raise your hands. We've got a microphone that will get out to you guys.
Steve, you obviously missed the game. How did you feel out there after the injury?
Yeah, it felt good. There's obviously some things that I felt like I couldn't quite do, but coming off an ankle sprain as severe as I've had, really just grateful to God for all the prayers and grateful to Blue Jay Nation. It's cool to be a part of a university that has such a strong faith. I have a lot of strong faith, and I definitely know that without God and then obviously all the help of all the trainers and the amount of hours we've been working on it, I wouldn't be able to play today. So I was just glad to be back out there with my teammates.
Hey, Coach, what did you see on that, when you get the 5-second call on the inbound, what did you see on that play?
Yeah, they did a good job of, without looking at the film, I can't say for sure. There's a lot of physicality there on stopping some of our cuts. They blew it up, and unfortunately, we didn't have a timeout left. Until I watch it on film, I don't know.
Mac, you mentioned offensive rebounds on their end. What do you think changed in the second half, especially through those final 10 minutes that kind of let them clean up that area?
Yeah, there were a few times where Kalk rotated to help and didn't get the block, and then we got caught with a bad matchup on the backside. And then there were a few times we didn't do what we were supposed to do with the physicality. And I've got some freshmen out there against some pretty physical guys that played a lot of college basketball, and we lost that matchup a few times. But I like the fact we didn't quit. We played through it, and we had some golden opportunities throughout the game, and for the most part we executed some stuff late until that side out of bounds play.
Greg didn't get the win, but what do you see from Jackson? What do you think his ceiling can be?
No, I think his ceiling is ridiculously high. He hasn't even scratched the surface yet, and he goes and gets 14 rebounds yesterday against San Diego State, and today, what was he, 1 for 7, and then hits back-to-back threes at a critical point in the game. So, that's a young man that just trusts his work. That's put in the amount of repetition that you have to be a great shooter. His teammates, Jemiah made a great extra pass to him on that possession to give us the 1-point lead, and unfortunately we weren't able to get a stop when we needed to. We led the game for 35 minutes. We just couldn't finish a darn thing.
Mac, you guys obviously played two freshmen quite a bit today. Steven's kind of playing on half an ankle. How do you close out in those situations when you guys have led, and what's the key to finishing?
Yeah, you can't. It's not 9 out of 10 possessions. It has to be 10 out of 10 possessions where everybody's connected, everybody's hooked up, everybody understands what their responsibilities are. And it's one thing to understand them, it's another thing then you have to execute them when the lights are the brightest. And we were definitely a better team today than we were yesterday. And we had some guys log some pretty big minutes, and obviously he's not fully healthy, but I thought he gave a really gutsy effort.
Steven, you obviously watched yesterday from the bench. What did you see, how much the offense changed today when you were in there? And I think you kind of touched on it a little bit ago, but how did it feel just to be back in the game after missing yesterday?
Yeah, obviously our offense is different with the different rotations we can throw in, and I think that a big element I bring to the floor is just the spacing and the gravity when I'm coming off screens or ball screens or off ball screens. I feel like there's some awareness there that then also opens up other things for other guys. And being my second year in the offense, understanding the pace and tempo we want to play with, and I think that yesterday we were a little slow with our tempo at times, and I felt like I was able to bring some of that back today. But was really just grateful to be able to be back, and my teammates have been encouraging me all week, and you know, coach has been encouraging me, and you know, was talking to me throughout the game and just how it all felt. And Jeremy and Ben were doing a great job monitoring that as well, so it was good.
2 more.
Thank you. Oh, Jazz, somebody have one? Go ahead.
Mac, I know you said yesterday you didn't want them to start pointing fingers just because you guys lost back-to-back games. Is that kind of the same thing you tell them now after 3 straight?
Same thing I've told my teams for 36 years. Teams that point fingers lose, and we're not going to do that.